Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you're passionate about graphic design or even just getting started, you're in the right place. So what can you expect from this channel? You can expect things like tutorials, you can expect things like design breakdowns, and also tips and tricks. And occasionally some behind the scenes.
Wondering what truly matters to me. I know for sure it's not a fancy degree. I like to do what I love, but what if I'm not good enough? Split personality, sometimes sour, sometimes sweet. An M. Night Shyamalan story called Everything's Peachy. Can we just skip straight to the plot twist, please?
The reason this channel exists is because I honestly love graphic design, and I love design in general, you could say. That's why I'm willing to share my journey and just being passionate about graphic design. Some weeks I might post a full design tutorial, like how to make a poster design from scratch. I will be uploading once a week, so if that sounds good to you, well then consider subscribing and hit the notification so you don't miss anything. Now shortly before we continue, I also have other upcoming things like Q&As, design challenges, stuff like that. And now let's move on. So now that you all know what this channel is about and what to expect, well, then I want to share how I got inspired to do graphic design. So it all started when I scrolled on Instagram Reels one day. I got inspired by people using Canva and Adobe Illustrator also. It's amazing how you can make your own personal brand. It's amazing how you can make album covers, posters for events, etc, etc. I saw fancy designs and then I wanted to make fancy designs. And that's the story of how I got inspired to do graphic design. For some entertainment, here are some poster designs that I've made. If you're interested in my uploading schedule, I'm gonna tell more about that. So if you want to hear that, don't skip this part. First, I upload an Instagram video, or reel as it's called. Then you can automatically post a thread and a Facebook post from Instagram itself. That's the first thing I do. With that being said, I've already posted on 3 platforms. Then I post on TikTok, X, and maybe Pinterest. After posting a reel or a post, I remember to upload to my story. And the reason I like to post twice a week is because I'm doing graphic design, and when you're doing graphic design, it's a skill and you need to practice, not only posting. So you gotta find that balance in between posting and practicing. That's why I like to post twice a week on my social media in general. But I've settled for one video on YouTube because it takes a lot of time with YouTube especially. What apps do I use? I'm very passionate, so I use a lot of apps. But let's talk about what apps I use, then why I use them. My list is Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, Figma, Canva, InDesign, and Wix Studio. Those are the apps I use as a graphic designer. That was a little about how I use my apps. Why I use them. These apps are some of the best apps to do, programs to do graphic design with. They offer affordable premium effects and subscriptions, and I'm comfortable using these apps. If you want to use big apps or programs like After Effects, make sure you have the right computer or space for that. So these were some of my reasons why I use the apps and programs as I do. How much time does it take to learn these programs? Well, let's start out with Adobe Illustrator. It takes a month to get started and have an idea of what it is and know basics, and then I would say 3 months plus to actually understand the program, to use the program. I'm not an expert, but that's what I personally think. That's my experience also. Favorite program to use in graphic design? For me right now, it gotta be Adobe Illustrator. I find it amazing and so useful. Worst and best design? Well, that's something I can save for another video. Favorite design colors? Well, for me personally, I like to use silver and blue a lot. I also use other colors, of course, but right now, these are my currently favorites. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below, and whether it's about design or this channel, I will answer your questions, and I might also make a little Q&A video in the future. So if you're curious about my other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, X, Pinterest, for example, there will be a link in the description you can check out. Also a link to my website called Graphic Luxury. Alright, that's pretty much it for this first video. If you made it this far, thank you very much. Thank you seriously. I appreciate you for even taking the time to watch this video and to get to know what I'm doing here on my YouTube channel, Graphic Luxury 1. If you're into graphic design already, that's amazing. And also if you're just here for the content, well, that's good too. If you're vibing with this content, please leave a like and subscribe and turn on the notification. That will make me so glad. Yeah, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.